Verstappen, an 18-4 first sector. And
and it's going to come to nothing for Max Verstappen. He might have been setting the pace, but Charles Leclerc, the man on pole, has gone into the barriers. The red flag has come out with only 18 seconds remaining. That is it for qualifying. Leclerc's on pole, but he's crashed and he's ended the session early, and the man who could deny him has been thwarted.
Yes! Monaco, baby! Ferrari's on pole! Are you kidding me? 2 years from to wait for this? Are you serious? Monaco, baby! Ferrari on pole! Come on! David Croft's call on Sky Sports. I almost cried when that car hit the wall. I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried about the gearbox, but Ferrari's on pole! Come on! David Croft's call, courtesy of Formula1.com. Sorry, I gotta throw that in there. Greeny, good evening. Hello. Monaco, baby!
I've never seen you turn that shade of red before. Wow. You said you were going to turn it up to 11 before the show. Last week you turned it up to 11. That might have been like a 15. I don't think Spinal Tap went that high on their guitars when they've turned it up to 11. Jeez, I don't even have to ask how you are, because you are doing fantastic. You have your Scuderia Ferrari in the front row, pole position in Monaco. We haven't had a Monaco in 2 years. 2 years, and the last time we were at Monaco, it was Lewis Hamilton breaking the all-time record in quali at 1 minute 10 seconds. 0.1. Charles Leclerc this time 1 minute 10 seconds. 0.3. And a little bit of luck, a little bit of wild ending there. You don't really see finishes like that too often with the red flag coming out at 15 seconds left to go. What a wild finish. What a wild day in Monaco. What a wait. Worth the wait. 24 months. Unbelievable. And they didn't even give it to me on a Memorial Day weekend. I had a non-Memorial Day weekend here. But it's all good. What a fantastic, fantastic day. I was up on my feet for that last, minute. And shocking ending. I mean, shocking. You talk about, surprises and holy moly. I mean, it does not get more shocking and surprising than that. 15 seconds to go, final turn. And Lewis, which we didn't mention, and we did not have the call in the beginning of the show there, who hits the wall on his final lap, who touches the wall, doesn't hit the wall, but touches the wall with the back left tire, I believe, coming in to the his final turn to slow him down, putting him in seventh. He might have done better. We'll see. I mean, we're not going to see. I mean, it's over now, but we'll see how he does tomorrow, which is what I meant. Yeah, man, you're pumped up. I think everyone's pumped up. It's Monaco, and you have this crazy finish, and we didn't even mention a citizen of Monaco. Not too many citizens of the tiny country of Monaco, Monte Carlo. Away we go. The yachts are back. The chicks are back. We're going to party. Not like we did in 2019 in Monaco. It's not that kind of party, but it's still a Monaco party.
Oh, it's Monaco, baby. Excitement as always. Monaco always brings excitement. Oh, man, where to start here? When the Ferrari hit the wall, I almost cried. I'm not going to lie. As I said there in the opening. But wow, Ferrari's on pole. Are you kidding me? They were right there all weekend long. I called you the other day. I called you Thursday, and I said, watch out for Ferrari. They are on it this weekend. They were on the hard tires on practice on Thursday because Monaco does practice on Thursday. It's usually a day off. It's a day off Friday. It's usually Thunderdome party time. But this year, of course, no, because of the Rona. We got to get this crap out of here. We got to bring that back to parties, the excitement, and oh, man. And the madness is beginning.
It's man. Listen, everyone's excited. Everyone's getting wild. Even the dogs are getting wild. And it was again, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Vegas is not so positive on Charles Leclerc here winning this race. it's obviously, it's Verstappen 1, Hamilton 2, and Charles Leclerc 3, according to Las Vegas, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But before that, we have some surprises, as we
What was
do
that?
every single week.
What would you just say there? I'm sorry.
I said that.
What was that from? What is that, Vegas?
I said, as we're going to get to later in the show, but the Vegas line, as of right now, has Verstappen. The betting odds are worst, with Verstappen first, Hamilton second, Leclerc third. That's what Vegas is predicting for tomorrow's podium.
Interesting.
Interesting. I don't pick them. I don't write them. I'm just reading it off a website. So
right on.
Yeah, that is according to the odds at FanDuel. So that's what they got it at, and they got Leclerc at 10
that is segment 2,
10-1 to win. But we'll get to that later. First and foremost, the most important thing of segment 1 on Saturday night is always our big surprises. So we have a surprise for Q1, Q2, and Q3. Cheese, take it away.
All right, my Q1 surprise is going to be Alonso missing out to get the Q2. Wow. That was a shocker to me. Especially with his experience around Monaco. You would expect him to get out of Q1. Let's be real. Fernando struggled this year, and the struggles continued. He couldn't get the tires lit up to get some heat in them and gets the best out of them, and therefore he misses out on Q2, which is a massive shocker to me.
Yeah, I think it was his first time not making Q2, right? Well, hold on. I said, is this Alonso's first time this season not getting out of Q1?
Well, yeah, this year and probably since, I don't know, probably back to his Minardi days, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been a while. Definitely a shocker, probably the shocker of the day. I know, as well. I mean, there really wasn't any other shockers besides maybe Alfa Romeo making both cars making it into Q2. But other than that, yeah, what a shocker! What a shocker, Alonso at Monaco. Just putting in a poor run for whatever reason. I didn't see any rationale or reason that it happened, especially, again, him racing fairly well Q1 every single race this season in qualifying. So something must have happened there, or he was just slow.
Couldn't get the heat in the tires.
Yeah, I mean, cars were slipping. Cars were slipping around turns. You saw it very consistently. You saw tough making that tight turn. A lot of tires hitting walls, a lot of tires hitting, curbs and going over curbs, and we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of that in qualifying today, including pole position crashing into a wall. So very, very interesting qualifying. But yeah, definitely a shocker, Alonso not making it a Q1. So then we got Q2. Talk to me about Q2.
Oh, my surprise will be Danny missing out on Q3.
Yeah,
by far. Completely shocked by that, especially where Lando has the McLaren going right now. I'm totally shocked to see Danny missing out on Q3. Absolute shocker to me. Absolute shocker.
Yeah, the 2018
100%.
Monaco champion out, two-time pole winner, two-time champion at Monaco, out 12th, starting, not in a favorable position. And not even coming close to Lando Norris's finish as well. So, it's even worse when you finish that far out from your teammate. Lando finishing 5th, starting 5th. So that's a huge bummer for Danny, the former champ here just a couple of seasons ago.
Oh, massively. He struggled all weekend. He did make some, improvement on times all weekend, but still, it's absolutely not good enough. It's not good enough. McLaren wants more if they want to be able to challenge, with Ferrari for that, spot number 3 for their constructors, and Ferrari being 1st and 4th, them being 5th and 12th. especially since it is very hard to pass at Monaco. A lot of it's going to come down to pit strategy to be able to move positions. So it's not good for McLaren, and they absolutely want more out of Danny, and they're not getting it right now.
Yeah, and that brings us to Q3. I mean, there was my jaw was on the floor. I didn't know when or how to text you. You were texting me. I wasn't sure if you watched qualifying today. I didn't know if you probably didn't know if I had watched. So we're being a little careful as we were communicating with each other, since I don't think either of us watched it live. So yeah, holy shamoly. That's all I got to say about Q3 this week. A lot of shockers, a lot of surprises. I'd like to hear your one surprise, your biggest surprise, as you say, in Q3, and then I will comment thereafter.
I have a couple for Q3 this week.
A couple?
I have a couple. We'll start out with Ferrari on pole. Are you serious? Are you serious? I said they were in it. I thought they might have a chance going after watching practice on Thursday. But are you serious? Are you serious? I totally expected Max to win pole. But wow. Ferrari is on pole. That totally blew my stack. Super worried about the gearbox, although reports are there's no major issues with the gearbox, but a final decision will be made tomorrow morning. So I will be tuned in to pre-race very early tomorrow to see what is going on with that, because that is going to be massive. That can throws everything out of the box. If he takes a 5-spot grid penalty, Leclerc with the gearbox, that puts Max on pole. Bottas on the front row then. Utter madness going on right now. But Ferrari on pole, are you serious? Let's go. And then my other one will be Lewis finishing 7th.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Lewis finishing 7th and Charles Leclerc on pole, a sort of, I guess, still provisional pole, depending on if this gearbox change has to be made, which will put him back into 6th, I believe, starting 6th. But also it would push, you still have Carlos Sainz on row 2, which you even said, and when I spoke to you last night, if you had any Ferrari in the first 2 rows, you would be happy about today. So obviously you're ecstatic having 2 Ferraris, which
I
never thought would happen.
I am to the moon and back, my friend.
I don't think even in your wildest
I'm to the moon and back, my friend.
But let's also talk about why they were there. Let's also talk about why they're there. Lewis Hamilton not having a good really a great qualifying overall. And then, Sergio Perez was dreadful out there. It was dreadful in Q3.
Yes.
He couldn't get anything going in Q3. He was making mistakes. He went over the curb a bunch of times, slowed him down a bunch of times. And, I'm not trying to take away anything from Carlos Sainz. I'm not trying to take away anything from the Charles Leclerc pole today, because they're brilliant just to even be in a position. And he was running the best times all throughout qualifying all day. So it's not like he just snuck it out of nowhere and then crashed his car. Pretty good chance Verstappen was going to take pole if they came back around. If you heard the audio, it's going around everywhere now, and it is hilarious listening to Max freak the heck out, using some filling up the swear jar, if you will, and the radio back to base was definitely, what are you going to do? As the alcoholics say,
Sainz was also in a flyer there when that red flag came out too, so he could have also been on pole as well.
Possibly,
he was on a flyer. I think he had purple the first 2 sectors, if I remember right.
Yeah, everything was a blur. As soon as unfortunately, as soon as Leclerc crashes, you really have to, again, as the recovering alcoholics say, submit to your outcome. And the outcome was you just have to submit to reality, and reality is it was over. It was a red flag. It was over. It is what it is. We start tomorrow likely with Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen on the front row. And it should be a great race. And, anything could really happen in that first few hundred feet. I don't think, even though we don't have much passing going on normally in Monaco, I think the first few hundred feet, the first lap, the first, 45 seconds, first of this race are going to be tremendous. And whoever it ends up after the first couple laps, first 2-3 laps, barring anything crazy, any crashes, which, or anything, else that could possibly happen. Who knows? But, submit to the outcome. Leclerc looks like he's going to be in first. It kind of sucks for Max because he could have had pole. It sucks for Carlos Sainz as well. He could have had pole, but he doesn't. And reality is Charles Leclerc is the freaking man today. Get pumped from a little kid who grew up in Monaco watching the red cars go around with his dad. And, his dad who passed away only a few years ago. And he used to sit up there as a fan and watching the cars. And his dad said, we root for the red car. So tomorrow, many, many, many people in Monaco will be rooting for the red car.
Rooting for the red cars.
On that note, we're going to take a little break. We're going to come back with some gambling. We got some surprises. We got a new segment called Greenie Bucks Saturday night. We're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. Greening the cheese in the paddock. F1 back after this.
What's up, everyone? Greenie from In the Paddock here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Please let me explain. It's free. Okay, free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free, so it can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many, many more. You can make money as well. Money with your podcast. No minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I tell you, I don't get a break with nothing. I joined Gamblers Anonymous. They gave me 2 to 1. I don't make it.
Yes, welcome back, F1 Lunatics. Now for everyone's favorite Saturday night segments. Oh yeah, it's a little bit new this week. Came up with a little new plan,
Little twist.
make it a little bit more fun and exciting. But it's gambling with Greenie Bucks. Michael, please take it away and explain the rules.
Yeah, so we are traveling to the land of Greentopia with my own currency and our national currency, which is Greenie Bucks, and we only use it to gamble on Formula One racing. So, with that, we're going to start with a little experiment here. And because I like to put my money where my mouth is, and I think you just like to beat me consistently, which gives you plenty of joy. So to hopefully conquer and accomplish these things in a fun and entertaining way, without actually gambling our own real money away, we're going to come up with this you came up with this great idea for Greenie Bucks. So we're each going to get 1,000 Greenie Bucks. And we're going to bet them at our leisure. But each week or each race, Saturday night, we'll make 3 bets, right? And we'll give some odds and some numbers and things like that. And you guys are more than welcome to email us in the paddock@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram. Hit up Cheese in the Paddock on Instagram and let him know all of the of the winning you're doing with his picks. So, and let us know what you think. Let us know maybe your bets, what you've won, unless you've lost, and then, don't hit us up because it wasn't our fault, because these are just Greenie Bucks, and, it's not real. It's just for fun. So with that, I think I'm going to kick off the first bet of the Greenie Bucks season, and I'm going to put 100 Greenie Bucks. I'm putting it in my marble notebook where every good bookie keeps his keeps tabs on the bets he makes, and I'm gonna pick the biggest mover of the day, who's gonna make up the most spots from the start to from where he starts to where he finishes. And I've been on the fence with a couple guys here, but I'm landing on Yuki Tsunoda, the forgotten about Yuki. And I was balancing between him or Danny, because Danny probably could pick up 3-4 spots as well. But I'm going to go with Yuki, a little out there, and we'll see what he does coming out of 16. Couldn't make it out of Q1. Let's see if he can, get in. Maybe he doesn't even have to make the points. Probably 11th. I think we'll take it. +5 should be more than enough. Maybe +4 will do it. So that's my pick. $100. Yuki Tsunoda to biggest gainer of the week.
Going aggressive with the $100 greenie bucks there, huh? Wow. Aggressive, sir. Well, I'm going to go a bit conservative. Since we only get $1,000 to start with, I'm going to back it up and go a little conservative. So when you run out of money in like 3-4 weeks' time and I still got a buttload of cash,
Let's see how it goes.
I'll be happy. I'm going to throw a 20 spot on Danny Ricciardo being the biggest mover.
All right. I mean, listen, I could have went either way, as I just said.
A 20 spot.
I could have went either way. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be anywhere from 3 to 5 spots for both of them. 20 spot, you're going to build your wealth slowly, and I'm going to either crash or burn or say nana and a poo-poo and have a ton of money. But, again, little by little, we make bets. And very, very conservative $20
yes, sir.
Here. Very conservative. But I will continue. And I think we'll save our trifectas for last. So I'm going to go with my winner right now. And I'm actually going to take one more look because, the best odds are still with Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc is 10-1 right now at FanDuel. Bottas 13-1 to win. And Lewis Hamilton 145 over 100. So you get $45 plus on your $100 bet. But it's really conservative to put another $100 down because you're not going to get a big win with Max Verstappen this week. But I'm still going to go with Max to win 100 to 115. It's not about the money. It's just about putting something on the board. It's a big loss if you lose. So there's a big risk here. With that because it's not a big gainer, but I'm fairly confident that Max Verstappen's going to win this race tomorrow, and there it is. And I'm putting another 100 on Max to win.
Going for the big dollars. All right, we are going to throw a 20 spot again on Charles Leclerc to win the race. I'll take that 10-1.
Yeah, you'll get 200 for your
I will take that 10-1,
and I'm going to get 15 back from mine. So I'll get it's a good bet, 10-1 odds to win $20. Definitely a good bet. A bet I might make in real life for Leclerc, but here on the show, I just want to beat you. So, all right. So finally, it's our trifecta. I think we're going to bet a trifecta. I'm going to put 50. So I'm betting a quarter of my entire. So if I lose,
taking your foot off the gas a little bit here, huh?
I'm getting a little worried now. I'm getting a little worried because it's like playing Risk, and you're lining up your troops out in Australia. I got mine like put in Southern Africa, and you try to invade Ukraine, and everyone knows that Ukraine is weak. So you got to back off a little bit here. So I'm going to go with my trifecta as $50 on Verstappen, 50 greeny bucks, I apologize, on Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton. Verstappen 1, Charles Leclerc 2, and Lewis Hamilton 3. Probably not going to be a big payday. We won't find out till after the race. Probably not going to be a big one because it looks like the Vegas odds has them Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc as probably the most popular trifecta. I'm going Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton. Probably somewhere 5 to 7 to 1 it'll finish out tomorrow. And those are my 3 bets. Cheese, finish it up.
All right, my trifecta this week be Charles winning, Max second, Carlos Sainz finishing third. Yes, 2 Ferrari drivers on the podium. Yes.
And you're betting, I'm assuming $960 on that? Greeny bucks?
20 greeny bucks on that bad boy.
20 greeny bucks. So you have a total of 60. So therefore, you're going to have next week, regardless, for next race, in I think 2 weeks, 940 remaining, and I will have 750 greeny bucks remaining. I think it's still robust in our war chest for both of us. I don't think it's any call to worry if we both go 0-3. And I think if you go 3-0, you're going to be
definitely
well
not for me.
If you go 3-0, you're going to be well out ahead. If I go 3-0, I'm not going to be that much. My odds are not huge this week. I'm not going huge odds. You're doing the right betting odds. I think low and slow, like making a brisket, low and slow. And I like it. I like it. The first time I've ever seen you gamble on sports too. So I think I'm a little scared now.
You don't want to throw all your eggs in one basket, sir. You got to spread it out. When you show up at, I've been to Vegas, son. When you show up at the blackjack tables, you just don't throwing money on your bets and try and make it up. You got to bet a little low and slow, and then you build that stack up a little bit. Or just like when you're playing cards, my man, playing some poker. You don't just throw it all out there and go all in right off the bat. You got to build it up a little bit, and then you make your strike, and then you can make make a little bit more aggressive bets after you get your strike. But you got to land your first strike first, and then you can goose it up a little bit. Come on now.
I have an opposite approach for that. I mean, imagine your like entire net worth, right? It's calculated in your head. You don't have to say it out loud. And like everything you're worth, your car, your home, everything. And then, take that, add 50% and bet it on and bet it on the Knicks game tonight. That's gambling. That's good times. And you're gonna be living and dying on every.
Put it on the Knicks tonight. Look at you.
You're gonna be on the edge of your seat. It's gonna be the greatest day of your life or the worst day of your life. And what an exciting thing to wake up to. So you could look at it 2 different ways.
I think you're insane. I like my plan better. Low and slow. Get that first strike, then you can get a little bit more greedy because you got a little more bang in your bag there. You don't want to throw all your eggs. You're going to keep betting these hundreds hoping to hit. You're going to be out of cash so fast. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to laugh and I'm going to laugh and I'm going to laugh some more when you're out of greeny bucks and you're asking for a loan. And I'm going to say, yeah, you better start walking, son, because you ain't finding no greeny bucks there.
We'll see. We have not even gotten through a first.
all my bets right now hinge on Leclerc's gearbox basically not having a problem.
Yeah, well, right now it's
everything I got going
on. 2:30 a.m. in Monaco. We haven't heard anything yet. We've been by our phones. We've been checking things out. It's really the middle of the night there in Monaco.
I did hear the gearbox. There was no major issues per Ferrari statement, but a final decision will be made tomorrow after further testing. So we shall see. So a lot of my stuff hinges on that.
So we will see.
I got a hope and a prayer going on right now.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay. Captain Conservative over here. I get it. And we each have our own games to play, and it's a long season. It's going to be a long season, a lot of races to go, and we'll see what happens at the end. But yeah, good show, man. Thanks for everyone for joining us all around the world. As we continue to get outpouring from people from all around the world and all around the United States here tuning into the show. So appreciate everything. And we'll be back very, very soon in less than 24 hours with our Monaco GP 2021 recap. We're hoping to see red, but we'll see what happens. Thanks, everyone. And see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.